On this episode of Show Me Woodworks, we're going to be making this wall-hanging wine bottle holder, which holds 6 bottles of wine. Now, I made mine out of cherry. Mine's not finished. We're not going to finish in this episode because I'm going to have mine sitting out in the sun for at least 48 hours to get a little bit darker before I finish it. This is a commission piece, so I've just got it mounted onto my workbench right now because I didn't want to put holes in my wall for a piece that I'm not going to be using. So let's get started. All right, to start off this project, you're going to need 2 boards. One, they're both 24 inches long. Your back board is 5 inches wide and your front board is 4 inches wide. So they'll kind of go together in the middle with a dado. And we'll get started on that now. Next, I take my square, set it to 1 3/4 inches. From one side, and just simply take my tape measure, and mark out every 3.5 inches. So 3.5 inches, 7 inches, 10.5, 14, 17.5, and 21. And before I start with the drill press, I just put a piece of blue tape on the back side to prevent any major tear out. I'm using a 1-inch Forstner bit for all of my bottle openings. Now, using a 1/4 inch round over bit, I round over my holes on the insides, on both sides. Then I take a hockey puck and trace a curve onto both sides of the backboard and on one side of my center board that holds the line. Then I roughly cut out the curves on the bandsaw. Then I take both of my boards over to my sander and smooth out my curves so that they are perfectly aligned on each side. Alright, so at this point you should have some nice rounded edges on your fronts and on your backboard. So it should look like that. And then I use a little wood glue and glue it all together. Then I sand the entire piece to 220 grit, rounding over all of my edges so they're nice and smooth with no rough edges or sharp edges. And finally, I reinforced my center brace with a few screws using a 3/8 inch drill bit to match my 3/8 inch dowel. And with a couple 1.5 inch screws, it should be plenty of strength. And then finally, I take my wood dowels, glue them in, and flush trim them with a little sanding followed. And to finish it off, to mount this thing, I simply just drilled 3 holes that are countersunk using a drill bit so that I can put a dowel in here to hide my screws once it's mounted to the wall. And that's it. So if you guys liked this video, please like and subscribe to my video or to my channel, and I will catch you all later.